Hi, sport enthusiasts, sport aficionados on All Star Play channel, where we promise to always give you intriguing sport analysis. Wow, all the way to Chelsea, all about Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva said, "The 6 Chelsea games I will always remember." As we all know that Thiago Silva is saying a goodbye to Chelsea as he's going to leave Chelsea any moment. Wow. Thiago Silva is now telling us the 6th game ever he will always remember. Thiago Silva only expected to stay a year at Chelsea after joining a free transfer at the age of 35. That he has remained for 4 seasons and been a key figure throughout is testament to his quality and longevity. The Brazilian quickly forged a strong bond with Blues supporters who recognize the class with which Thiago behaves on and off the pitch. Victories were celebrated, trophies were lifted, and the lasting memories were created. Yet on Sunday against Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge, Thiago Silva will bring the curtain down on his time at Chelsea and his 15 years in European football. He will be remembered as a Chelsea great and one of the best defenders of his generation. And ahead of his final outing, we sat down with Thiago Silva to discuss 6 of his standout matches in Blues. First, Thiago Silva highlighted 6 matches he will never he'll always remember and will never forget. He said the first one is Chelsea 3, West Brom 3, a 3-3 draw between Chelsea and West Brom. Premier League 26th September 2023. He said, "My first game for Chelsea, I remember well. The opportunity to wear the shirt was a big responsibility. I felt that, but in this game, I was also given the captain armband by Frank Lampard. That was the position. Then there is the negative I think Chelsea fans will remember. I made a big mistake, practically gave a goal away. It was not my best moment, but it was important. It made me grow and helped me realize that this league, the Premier League, was different from what I had come from. It made me understand." He said, "The second game I will always remember, Chelsea against Leicester City, 18th May 2021. Chelsea 2, Leicester City 1. Special day." He said, "Obviously, because of the pandemic, we had been playing without supporters in the stadium. I had felt the love of the Chelsea fan through social media, but to have 8,000 in Stamford Bridge was different. The noise, I remember it felt like there were 45,000 fans in the stadium that night. I was touched by that, and it gave me a real feeling that we were getting back to normality. That we also won for those supporters meant it was a good day for us." The third game I will never forget, according to Thiago Silva, he said, against Manchester City versus Chelsea. Manchester City 0, Chelsea 1. Champions League final, 29 May 2021. Said, "I smile when I see this picture. The year before, I was with Paris. I lost the final. Then I changed club and in my first season achieved this dream. You think, how can it happen in this way? Only God has the answer and knows the moment." Of course, it was not the game I expected as I got injured in the first half. We all have an ego and we all want to play in this game, a Champions League final, but my ego in relation to what my teammate and the club needed wasn't important at that moment. I could have continued, but I wasn't 100% able to help the team. So I decided with Thomas Tuchel to come off and for Andreas Christensen to come in. He had a brilliant season, so it felt right and he did so well. It was not easy watching, but I felt so happy and as if I had played the 90 minutes. What a crazy day. The fourth game that Thiago Silva said he will never forget is Tottenham versus Chelsea. Tottenham versus Chelsea Premier League on the 19th September 2021. A brilliant performance away at our biggest rival. Something like that isn't simple to do, and it always means a good feelings for the player and the fan. We played well. The performance was convincing. We had a clean sheet and I scored our first goal. I think everything that could have gone well for us in this game happened, I think the worst thing when I think back on this game was my hair. It was something I had to do for a sponsor in Brazil, but I think it turned out to be good luck because the goal I scored was with my head. Wow. The fifth game Thiago Silva said he will never forget is Chelsea versus Palmeiras. That is Chelsea 2, Palmeiras 1. Club World Cup Final, 12 February 2022. Thiago Silva Club World Cup Final. As is the case for any Brazilian player, to win this title is a surreal feeling. Every club in Brazil dream about winning this title. Everyone, for me, it was the same thing even though I was playing for a European club. I know some people say that the club in Europe are not as focused on this competition, that it is just another competition to win. So I wanted to make sure the team was motivated to win this trophy. The final was not easy, and I remember we did the warm up in front of Palmeiras fans, but we made sure that we won the game. And I was very proud to be named the player of the match in the final and the player of the tournament. It is one of the most important trophies of my career and the first one for Chelsea. Wow. The sixth game Thiago Silva said he will never forget is Chelsea versus Milan. Milan 0, Chelsea 2, Champions League, 11th October 2022. Chelsea versus Milan, Thiago Silva. A very emotional day and a very special day for me, Thiago Silva said. I spent 3.5 years playing for Milan, and it was only 10 years later that I had the chance to return. It never happened with Paris. I came out onto the pitch at San Siro, and all the fans were chanting my name during the game. I could hear people around the stadium shouting my name. It was a touching experience. We had a good performance that night and won the game. We kept a clean sheet too. At the end of the match, I did almost an Olympic lap to thank the Milan and Chelsea supporter. Wow, this is actually coming all the way from Thiago Silva. I said I never got the chance to thank the fan at Milan, so that was a nice moment. As was the match at Stamford Bridge against them, we had another clean sheet. I also remember well the game against Juventus in the Champions League. That is when I did a goal line clearance from Morata that has stayed in my mind. Tuchel insisted after I had plenty of space that I could have played a pass. But every match that I played for this club, more than 150 games, they all somehow have marked me as special. Wow, this is the intriguing analysis coming to your earrings from All Star Play channel, all about Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva has actually highlighted 6 Chelsea game that he will always remember and will never forget. This is a very emotional moment for Thiago Silva. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell for you to always be the first to get our update on All Star Play channel. Thank you for being with us all the time on All Star Play channel. I know you have not subscribed, but I know you are going to subscribe. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget to put your suggestion about this moment. It's an emotional moment for Thiago Silva. What will you say about Thiago Silva impact in Chelsea? How do you see his impact in Chelsea, and what can you say about that? Don't forget to like and share. See you in my next update.